The Conversation Here podcast, I just awesome. Part 5. Yes, that's you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Pick up my page for don't forget to like, subscribe. Join me every Friday at 3 p.m. here live on the John Show. You can find us everywhere. Join my evil empire.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Josh Show. Today is a good day today, so we're gonna have an awesome night, awesome day. So welcome to What Are We Fighting For here. We're returning back to the half an hour episodes as of today. So, I had some really good things, let's just say I've had a hectic week, guys, okay? I found a lot about things that are going on with my wife. Update on her. She just had her leg amputated, and I have to build a accessibility ramp for her, and trying to do that with no money or no support right now because I was with a group for a long time, and I burned some bridges, and I just feel like I want to be. I have to go out on my own for a little bit here, and I'm going to put more energy into you guys, and I'm going to put more energy into the M&O group that I am with. So, and I'm also going to kind of dip my toe into the paranormal a little bit here. So, I'm going to have things I'm going to be doing here where I'm going to be able to teach you guys some more content. So I'm trying to open up my viewpoint and trying to get into the what I can do and what I can't do kind of a thing, because everything isn't always black and white, and not everyone has the ability to do everything that they would like themselves to do sometimes. So, it's kind of like just getting behind things that we really, really need to get behind. And no matter what your personal feelings are or what the group's personal feelings are, you have a right to have your feelings no matter what. I'm sorry. If you have feelings and emotions you need to share with people and they're not going to be accepting of the personality that you're presenting to them, maybe you need to find some new friends or some people in there. So, and that's not always negative. Okay. These people weren't negative. Okay. They were very loving and very kind to me and my wife. I have my own personal issues, and it's best just for me to walk away from my health and their health until I can get healthy again to where maybe I can come back. But right now, as of this moment, I need to strike out on my own and concentrate on getting my wife ready for her to come home. She's coming home next weekend, so that's kind of so. See, this is what I'm talking about with the Josh Show. I know you don't always guys see the comedy puppets satire, but this is not the comedy satire, but this is just me sharing something with you guys. So, here at the Josh Show, the title of this is "What Are We Fighting For?" Right? Well, I mean that in a lot of different ways, right? What are we fighting for? Well, depends on what your personal belief system is, right? We all have these personal belief systems that we have that are scared. I'm gonna get some water here next time. I got major dry mouth right now because of some pain medication I'm on that I got from the doctor, and it gives me really bad dry mouth. So that's working like this and be able what I'm taking here. Give me a second to get drink. And if you didn't understand a single word I said, or if you did understand the single word I said, congratulations. Oh, great. Okay. Well, I guess I kind of messed that one up. Okay. Sorry. But what's most important to you in three aspects of your life? Okay. What's important to you personally? What's important to you that involves other people? And what's important that we all try to fight for, right? Because we all have these small little worlds. I'm in Minnesota, some guys in India, I don't have a plane that I can go help someone in India, and I'm not rich enough to be able to go jotting around the world helping people. Okay, that's not what I'm about or trying to do, right? So my cat decides he wants to go to the. Lucy, what are you trying to get to now? Move it. Oh, no, no, no. What are you trying to eat on this? Anyway, my cat's trying to eat something under the little hobby hole. See, I said the desk goes under the desk. So, but you know, that in our personal lives, you really have to decide what it is the most important things for you to fight for yourself for. You should want to have self-care for yourself. Number one, okay? Just taking personal care of your body, your mind, your spirit. Okay. So what does that exactly mean? Well, go see a doctor if you're having a physical problem, or if that physical problem is something you're concerned about. Try to go find a doctor or a hospital that can help you with this physical part. That doesn't always mean you have to go to a hospital either. It also means try not to overwork yourself. Try not to overdo sometimes. We all want to get a lot of money. We all want to have a lot of things to do, but personal care also means taking time not to do anything sometimes. Sometimes you got to lay in bed for a day and just allow that to be what it's going to be, right? Not all of us have that opportunity to just lay in bed because maybe you have kids or maybe you have other things going on that no one else knows about. Maybe you have to take self-care of a special needs person that's living with you, or maybe you have other more important things. Maybe you don't have anything going on, and what you put yourself into is exactly what means a lot to you. You're fighting for your personal belief systems as well. This is all about, your here. Say hi, Lucy. He's gonna go check out the water over my coffee pot now. Show you good tail. And if you can't see my face, well, I'll just keep going. Hey, come on, get off the thing. Go, shoot, 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 shoot. Bye bye. Bye, Lucifer. And you'll be up here in a second. You just stop that, please. I'm on my show. Evil master, please stop, please. Okay. But one of the your physical is more about you trying to be at least, physical means everything in your body, So that means you have to take care of everything that's going on here. Arms, legs, say, try to do the best you can. Now, some of us can't control some of the things we do to ourselves, and some of us need help. And it's not a bad thing to go try to find some help for that thing. People think you can over ask for help a lot of times. Well, you know what? Yeah, sometimes you can. You can over ask for help sometimes. And sometimes you can try to say, hey, all right, we're just going to have tail in the face and stuff like that because he's not going to get off the damn table. You are being not a naughty kid. Stop. Guess he wants to be on the show today. I ain't moving shit for you. What? I'm gonna make it as difficult as possible for you to get it over there. All right. And the things that we got, things you have to work on. I'm being attacked by a tail. Help! 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 I'm being attacked by a tail. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna chew him out of the room. Move. Come on. All right. Yeah, I know. Exit. Lucifer. Stage left. Okay. At least in my room, it's left. It might look different on the camera, but who cares, right? So, it's important to take that time that we need for that, right? That's the physical part of it. And that includes what's going up in here. And we're going to move to that next. That's the mental. There is a big mental health crisis going on because right now we all have to realize that we came out of a almost 3-year period where we had to socially distance from everybody. Okay. That's 2 years. You know how long it takes to create a habit or a new thing? It usually takes about 6 months to a year for you to adapt to a new way of thinking. And we all had to endure the pandemic rules and regulations and other things that were going on, not only to keep ourselves safe, but to keep others safe that we may have loved as well, whether you did that or not. And that messed with our mental a lot, because what we're going out there thinking is now we've lived our lives in a social butterfly kind of a world, unless you're an introvert, and that's just fine. That probably didn't affect you that much. But for those of us who are a little bit more social creatures, and most humans are social creatures, we want to have at least a friend to talk to, or even if you're online and you're tapping away and you're not being a troll, okay? It's important that the mental part of it is you keeping yourself healthy too. That means trying not to overload yourself with worry, not to try to yourself with thoughts of what is to come and what's not to come. Sometimes things get really confused and kind of hectic in your life, and you might need some extra help. Hey, you can't afford a therapist, you don't feel like going to a therapist, talk to a friend who can help you through it. They might give you the advice that you need so that you can move forward from there. He just opened the door. Okay. Lucy. Yes, I hear you. So does the audience. They hear you too. I'm putting my hands in the air. I gave you your food. He's a picky kitty. He only likes a certain kind of cat food. And right now, I'm out of the cat food he wants. I can only afford tuna right now because I can afford something on food stamps. So he's getting tuna right now. And he's being a little bit of a brat, not saying, I want something different. Right? Right. So, the mental aspect of what we're going through here is, remember, we went through something no human has gone through for a very long time. Our generation, at least the generation that I grew up in, and even my mom's generation. So I'm just going to go back at least one generation to go, did they have to endure this either? No, they didn't have to endure. You have to go back a while before you get to a point where we had to deal with a worldwide pandemic. And there were a lot of bad things that happened during the pandemic and a lot of good things that came out of the pandemic. Okay? Number one, good things that came out of the pandemic were a lot of people at this time have a lot of busy lives, a lot of things going on, a lot of things kind of getting into our lives, and we all had to take moments to kind of come a little bit closer and maybe take care of self, right? So we took care of self because we had to stay in place. That was us keeping ourselves body, mind, and spirit, healthy. And that can mess with your head a little bit. But after a period of time of isolating that much and not being able to go out and do the things you've always been able to go do it in a certain way, doing a certain kind of thing. Everyone's always worried about the moment when something like that happens and then it crumbles society and does stuff like that. Well, in reality, guys, come on. It's like, if we were going to give up that easily on it, if we were really going to give up that much on it, we would have done that already. They would have just said, let's forget the mask, forget everything. Who cares? Don't worry about a booster shot. And the world population would have been cut in whatever it would have been, because nature's nature. And that could mess with your mind. That also means some mental stuff that's going on in your own personal life. Maybe you've got aches and pains of bodies and stuff that you have to deal with on a daily basis, and that can wear down on the mental. So if you're not taking care of the body, it can wear down on the mental. And some of us have conditions that we can't control. I have severe anxiety and depression. When I feel like I'm being attacked, or I feel like I'm being ignored, or I feel like somebody's trying to come at me, the worst thing for anyone to do is to come yell at me. The best thing they could do is give me a hug and go, it's okay, Josh. It's okay, Josh. That's the best thing someone could do for me, because then my mind switches from yelling to hugging, and then my mind kind of does a switch thing. I'm on medications and I'm on things that help me with that, but it's not always enough. Um, I'm starting to get a little bit more bipolar with my mental condition, and I'm I was on it for a while, and I went and got tested. They said I wasn't bipolar. Well, now that I had that sepsis event, my brain chemistry might have changed a little bit, and I might also have to get um see about seeing a doctor for my early onset Alzheimer's. You know, a lot of people will say you don't look like you have early onset Alzheimer's. Well, I'm at the very beginning of it, but I'm showing enough signs to my doctor where she's concerned about saying to me, "You need to start thinking about getting these appointments here for that because it runs in your family and you're showing way too many symptoms for me not to mention it to you at least, you know." Or the symptoms I'm telling her are, are things, when you know, I'm my short-term memory sometimes goes poof along with long-term memory. Sometimes it's like I can only remember within the last couple of years, unless I really try harder. It was a really significant moment to me, but I don't remember half of some of the things that happened recently. So, it's important for us to take that into account. You just got to work on that mental, guys. Try to stay as positive as possible, but don't be afraid to let that negative, icky part out once in a while, too, because that's where the duality is. If you can't, you have to be able to accept the good with the bad. And we are always good and we are always bad. We live in a big box of gray sometimes, people. And that's what we all don't really realize. And we don't fight for the beliefs that we have within our mind too. That means your education, what you grew up, how you believed, how your mother and father raised you, how you decided to go live your life, depending on what your circumstances were. Right? Yeah, I gotta fix the hat. There we go. There, I just see it. The reason I have America flags and everything and everywhere is because I have the freedom to do that right now. I have a freedom to share my opinion. Whether you accept my opinion or not is up to you, but that's how life really goes. And then we have to take our spiritual, even if that means you don't believe in God. Okay. If you don't believe in God, believe in yourself. Let that be the higher power you pray to. Let that be, the thing that so then my nose. Oh, there you go. Anyway. So, the spiritual part of it is necessary for you to do. That can mean communing with your people who are in your faith and doing something with your faith. And trying not to let that bog you down. The rumor mills happen in every group, right? But there comes a point where you have to go, if the rumors are hurting me and I feel like I'm hurting them, it's better to walk away. Sometimes you have to leave in order for you to find a better path, a better church, a better anything, right? And what you do is you keep trying to find something that will fit for you in spiritual, you know. Even if that's someone that you create your own God. Okay, I don't care. Just create your own God if you don't believe in anything else. Find the attributes and things you would love to see in God, and then pray to that every day. That's believing in a higher power. That's believing in God. That's believing in something more than you are in yourself. Giving yourself permission that there is help out there, even if your higher power is another person who's inspired you in your life. Okay, and if you fall in and you do that for yourself, that's the most important thing. Now, if we find a group that you connect with, and a group that's healthy, and a group that tries to do as much as they can for you, and there comes a point where you're not healthy anymore, you have to try to find out what that means for you. Is there the kind of group who will come to your aid and support you and help you along the way and give you a lot of good things and be able to be communication with you? Stay with the group. If and they're trying to make you have sex in the back room and do all sorts of wonderful nasty things to other people, it's important for you guys to just think about that part too. So it's not always black and white. So spiritual doesn't always mean believing in a God or anything else too. It just means believing in a power greater than your own. That's all spiritual is. That's all God is. You're believing in a power bigger than your own, something that may be mystical, maybe personal, maybe whatever you want to have it be. So, that's kind of the important part of living on this in a spiritual life, It's just trying to find something that your morals encompass that you believe in, whether you were raised a certain way or not. We all do have that moment when we're children or when we're growing up where we question either or not whether this is the thing we really believe in or not. Now, maybe you had that belief system from jump. Your mother and father did a great job with giving you more spiritual choices, and you were able to go choose whatever path was right for you, even if it wasn't their own, right? But sometimes we live in a society where a lot of people come in with this boxed window that we can only fit in, and if you don't fit in this box, then you're the evil opposite people we don't want in society. Oh, and you're going to say to me, well, what about the people out there who worship things that are really, really bad? Well, yeah, but for their personal journey, they don't know any different, right? So they just got to kind of keep going from there. So what are we fighting for in conclusion, in the world and stuff like that too, right? What is the most important to us in this world? When I say save the world or end the world, I don't mean the earth literally, okay? I mean, can we end the world the way it is today and start a new world? Let the apocalypse have happened, and we all have to come together and make this world a better place, because we just decided the apocalypse happened, and oops, we survived, whoosh, and let's get back to doing more positive things with our life. That's kind of what we all can kind of agree to as well. What's going on in the world? What's the most important to us? Our planet should be important to us, because if we don't take care of it, even if we won't ever see that, you have to think about your kids if you have children or people that you love who have kids. What are they going to be living in someday? And we're trying to make the world a cleaner, safer, more place where we don't use as many resources anymore, right? Whether you agree with who's president or who's not president, what they're doing, what they're not doing, if they're trying to do the best job they can, and you can honestly see them being, more forthcoming and open about what they're doing and stuff like that. If your political party follows the tenets that you believe in, and that's what you want to see in the world happen, well, yeah, get behind that. But remember, you're not the only group out there. Whether whatever kind of group you are, in whatever country you are out, there's always going to be someone who agrees with what you're saying and someone who disagrees with what you're saying. And sometimes that's why we do the clashy things, like wars or trying to, take down people's governments or not take down people's governments. Hell, our own government tried to take down its own government. I mean, geez. And taking care of the world doesn't necessarily mean the whole earth. The world can mean your 5 square feet backyard thing that you can only handle and do. Your mobile home park that you live in, or the people who live in your immediate surroundings, and and just taking care to know what they're going through as well and what they're doing as well, because you don't know for sure what's going on, right? But taking care of the world just means, what are the things that we want? We all need food. We all need a place to live. We all need to be able to get nice, clean, safe water, and electricity is nice. But you know what? If we could, and we're getting there, because I really believe that the current Joe Biden, and I voted for Joe Biden, so I don't care, is doing a better job than Donald Trump was doing. I didn't like how he did that, as not because of political party, but how he acted enough. I don't go by political party or anything. I look at the person who's running for office and I say, which one of these people meets my criteria that I think would benefit all of us, not just me. I am not going to just think, oh, if this is only going to benefit me and my personal beliefs and stuff like that, And people always complain about how much they have to pay in and stuff like that. Well, if we stopped the paying in part and just started doing it, what would people have to complain about? I mean, if you just said, okay, if you build a solar thing on top of your roof and it's a really great thing that you've done, I'm gonna make a cigarette so you can hear that really sound here in a second. Yeah, that's what happens when I make a cigarette. So, and maybe I'll just wait to the end of the show to have my smell. So, what in the world can we know? We all need there are basic human rights, basic rights we should all have. We shouldn't have to pay for electricity, we shouldn't have to pay for water, we shouldn't have to pay for living in a home. We shouldn't have to worry about paying for food. If those things were covered, and medical as well. No worries about a medical bill or anything like that. If you're going to become a doctor, you're going because you want to help heal people. Now that means people have to be a little bit more of it. I know I'm talking about a socialist world here, right? But that's my personal viewpoint. Some people think we need a little bit more order and control. Some people want chaos. Some people just want to be able to live their lives and they don't care who's doing what with who or what or anything. So, it's just important for us to remember, the guys, that the things that we are doing are going to be more important to us because the dream is to save the world. Save the world can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But when we're saying save the world, we're saying make it a place where we can all live as best as we can in harmony, be able to share as much as we can in harmony, and still be able to take care of the planet and the people and the animals and the things that are on it in a way that is going to benefit everybody at the same time. Now, if you don't have to worry about all that paying stuff, you can concentrate on other things like, you're going to say, what about people who do a job for a living and they're not just doing what I do if you don't have to pay them money to go do it? Well, then there's the question is, and how are you going to make people do those things if they don't want to do them, right? Well, eventually we're going to get very, very hungry and we're going to get very, very something like that unless we work together again, and if you're going from a society from that. Now, is that going to happen overnight, guys? I really doubt it. I changed my mind. I get a nice little short one today. Hey, Anthony, got one smoking on it. But I don't want to keep this too long today, guys. But I just want to ask you this personal question and give me some answers. Give me some comments in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe my page. But just leave it this: what is it you want to fight for, and what is most important in your life? If you know anybody who would like an interview on my show, as far as the local business owner in the Twin Cities area, I promote small business for free. So I will promote your show not only on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. When we do our interview, I will make sure that I try to interview you in a way that not only benefits your business, but benefits the rest of us who are watching this show. That's the Josh Show in a nutshell. The comedy satire stuff, well, it comes in and out, in and out, and out. I might be changing it to social issues because maybe that's why people aren't connecting, because I'm talking more about social issues. I'm trying to do it in a funny, crazy way, so that's why I like the comedy satire podcast. That's why I did the Bug Voice video. You know what I mean? If you didn't see the Bug Voice promo, go check it out on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. I really appreciate you guys coming here every week and allowing me to share my voice and my opinions as well. And no matter what I say on the show or no matter anybody else on the show, you are in control of your own life and your own path. If you don't like how your life is going, you don't like how your path is going, find help. Look inward, look outward, try to find something that will work for you. And when you find that group that will work for you, try to stick with them as much as possible. And when things get to be weird and crazy and you need a break or whatever, then you have to take that to the next level and decide what is best for not only you, them, and the surrounding people that are. If you're an evil bastard like I can be sometimes, and other things like that, well, then sometimes they don't always work out the way you want them to, but you have to be okay with the consequences and benefits of walking away from something you've been a part of. So whatever that means to you, you are here to decide, not me. So I wanted to thank you for coming here on the Josh Show today. I really appreciate it. This was supposed to be my Halloween episode, but I couldn't find a Halloween paranormal guest to interview. What? Get out of there, Lucy. Okay, and I will let you go so I can find out what my cat's doing. Come here. You want to say goodbye? Come on, Lucy, Lucifer. All right, whatever. All right, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Okay, bye.